Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be walking you through different sections of FluenceTrading.com. My name is Rafa and I'm the co-founder of FluenceTrading. This is going to be the first video in the series where I break down different parts of the platform and kind of show you how everything works. But there's actually a lot going on here, so it'd be kind of impossible to put everything in one little video. So today I'm going to be going through the terminal, the news, and the portfolio section. So first things first, this is the FluenceTrading homepage. The whole idea behind FluenceTrading is pretty simple. Most traders approach the market completely unstructured. They jump from strategy to strategy and they see something on TikTok or YouTube and they just decide to buy in. Real trading doesn't really work like that, and experienced traders who make the most profit have structure. Experienced traders have a higher win rate because they use structure. We built FluenceTrading to make getting that structure easier for every trader. You analyze the market, you get your ideas, you start your strategies, you try your strategies out in the market, they fail, you lose money. We don't want that to happen, so that's why we did something about it. We also made FluenceTrading to make every trader get higher win rates and higher P&L in the long run. So first, we're going to go ahead and open the terminal page. The terminal is basically your market intelligence hub. So instead of opening your charts, your news sites, Twitter, your screeners, whatever you have, you can just have it all in one site. First, we have the market section. This kind of gives you a broad overview of everything that's happening in the market right now, including the sector performance, top gainers, top losers, and everything you really need to know. If the overall market is trending strongly, this is where you'll find everything you need to know. This kind of helps give you that macro context. Next, we have the pulse section. Pulse is more focused on momentum and sentiment. So instead of just seeing where the market is right now, it kind of helps you identify where exactly the strength is building and where exactly the strength is not building. So what's kind of losing right now and what's going up right now and what you really need to know. Experienced traders who have the highest win rate really look into this kind of stuff. And if you want to be like that, then you need to start looking into this. And if we go ahead and click this plus section right here, we can actually add different widgets. We actually have a bunch of different widgets coming soon, so stay tuned for that. Before we move on any further, I'd like to take a second to announce that we've officially opened our Discord server, and we're going to be doing a giveaway soon for 2 free starter plans to any members as soon as we hit 50 members in our Discord server. So if you're interested, the link will be in the description. Also, you can follow all of our socials by going to our link tree, which will also be in the description. Now back to the video. So next we have the news section. This is basically a centralized feed of relevant financial news and market developments. As you know, markets are influenced by current events. And if you want to see what those kind of events are, you can go to this news section. There's also another news section we'll be going over later, which actually show a more in-depth kind of explanation of, the news and how they affect the markets. Next, we have the flow section. So right here, we have insider trading, and this kind of shows you where money is flowing and how things get moving. This kind of helps traders get a better sense of where participation is between the biggest traders and where you might want to be more concentrated on. Next, we have the screener page. This page is where people find new opportunities to invest in different stocks. So if you're looking for a different stock, you want to go to this page and you want to ask the AI. So for example, if I want to look for a momentum leader, I want to click on this one right here, and our AI will start searching for that. And right over here, it gave me a bunch of different stocks I should look for, while also giving me the different change, the price, and the market cap, and an AI-generated reason. This really helps to speed up the process to finding new stocks you want to invest in. Finally, we have the assistant page. The assistant kind of helps break down different questions you have about current events happening right now and how they will affect the market, while also answering any other questions about trading. A lot of traders struggle because they resort to asking ChatGPT and other different AIs, and AIs that aren't really trained to talk about trading. That's why we built this AI. So for example, I'm gonna go ahead and ask one of these questions. And as you can see, it's generating a smart response pretty quickly. But that's not all. As you can see, the AI just generated a strategy overview, direct play, and different things you should be looking at. Also giving you the sources it looked at to answer this question, different risk considerations, and a lot of other factors that you should definitely look at. Now that's all for the terminal page. Next, we're gonna move on to the news section. Now this news section is basically like the news section of the terminal with a lot more in-depth explanations and a lot more articles you should definitely be looking at. So as you can see at the top here, we have a bunch of different filters you can click on depending on what you want to look at. If we scroll down, we can see there's a bunch of articles. And if you click analyze, it will go back to the terminal and it will ask AI about the article you're wondering about. That's really it for the market news section. So we're gonna go ahead and click back to home. And now we're gonna move on to my favorite part, the portfolio section. This is the last major thing I kind of want to go over in this video. This portfolio section is really where traders can track their holdings and monitor how their stocks are doing while you're holding them. So I just went ahead and entered 4 holdings, and as you can see, it gives me my entire P&L, my return rate, my cost basis, and my portfolio value. If I click performance timeline, it tells me how much money I made over the past couple of days. We can also go to the P&L in dollars and the P&L in percentage. This portfolio section also goes hand in hand with a calendar section, because if you scroll down a little bit, you can see the economic events. If you click full calendar, it'll bring you to the economic calendar section and show you everything you need to know about the next couple of days. This is being updated daily. This is definitely very important to look at if you're a trader. Now back to the portfolio section. We can ask the AI to analyze our portfolio and see how strong it is. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, as you can see, my 4 holdings here are actually generating me money, but the AI says that my score is very, very low. This is because the risk of holding these stocks have generally increased over time with the events going on in the world right now. And it also gives me some recommendations I should definitely look at. It's telling me to take my profit on Apple, reduce my stock on Nvidia, and a lot of other different things. It also tells me what I should consider adding, while also looking at different concentration risks and take profit opportunities. I can go to the what if simulator and add a hypothetical position to see how they would change my portfolio. So I'm going to go ahead and hit an Apple stock, and Apple right now is hitting at 263. So let's just say I bought it at about 260. Now this shows me the whole allocation shift and the simulated allocation. Now I'm going to go generate the heat map. And by the way, all of these are available for pro users and standard users. If you're a free user, you can't use all of these tools, but you can use most of these tools. Now the correlation heat map shows me what the correlation between my stocks that I'm currently holding are. Will also give me AI insights and which ones are the most correlated. Now in the stress testing area, you can click on any of these preset scenarios and it'll tell you what happens to your portfolio if any of these did happen. If you don't want to talk about any of the presets that are currently here, you can go to custom scenario and write out your own scenario. I'm going to go ahead and click market crash. Now this shows me the estimated loss, the portfolio hit, and my different impacts by holding. Now you can go through any of these scenarios by yourself and test out what would happen to your current portfolio. Now we're going to go over my favorite part. If we go to any of our holdings, we can click on this button right here, and this is going to analyze our stock. Now this took about 10 to 15 seconds to load up, but it tells me my sentiment is bullish, while also giving me a general overview of the stock. If I scroll down a little bit, it tells me my risk assessment and my AI recommendation. Now this tells me to hold the core position because it thinks that the market will increase on Apple, while also looking at different sources that we should look at. It also gives you some other insights of why it thinks you should hold it, while also giving you some other risk assessments. It also gives you some trending news and a bunch of other factors. So that's kind of a general overview of some of the tools available right now. But next video, I'm going to go over the backtest section, which is very, very important to Fluence Trading. If you want to analyze the market properly, go to FluenceTrading.com and you can use our free tools right now. Also, make sure to join our Discord server and follow all of our social medias. Link will be in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.